So at the end of last year, I said I wanted to make a 3&D type of build because I had a ton of fun on that Klay Thompson build to wrap up the year. So today we've got the build. And of course I have to rock the Dyson Daniels. He's been locking people up this year, so I thought it would be a perfect type of build to make. But after I show you guys the build, I do have a couple rec gameplays I wanted to show you, and I also have the very first par game that I played on this build. So you're not going to want to miss it. If you want to see how this build plays at a very early stage, make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video. But with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into the build. Now I've seen a lot of people this year make the 6'4 lockdown, and honestly it's a very solid build. You cannot go wrong with a 6'4. I want it to be a little bit more unique. I want to go with a 6'7 lockdown defender that can kind of switch in the pick and roll if you have to and kind of hold its own. So I think a 6'7 is going to be able to do that. 209 pounds with a 7-foot wingspan. We did 7 foot just so we'd be able to get that limitless range at least on bronze, and if you wanted to max +1 it, you could do limitless range on silver. But with this lockdown, I also didn't want to be a liability, so I wanted to be able to finish around the rim both ways, so we went with an 80 driving layup. Now I will say the 80 driving layup, you get some good layup ratings. I think 77 is Austin Reeves, and I was using that. I've used Kawhi Leonard a little bit too. You can finish around the rim pretty well. Like, I've hit tight layups, I've hit some pretty crazy like 360 layup and one, stuff like that. 80 driving layup, definitely worth having. And of course we're gonna have a 75 driving dunk, because if we go back door, we want to make sure we get lobs, and if we're just open in the paint in general, like on a fast break, we want to dunk the basketball. Take our close shot to a 74. I think it ends up going there anyway. And of course I like to have that 45 standing dunk so you get the good standing dunk animations. And then I think we just threw a little bit on our post control towards the end. I think we upgrade other stuff and it kind of goes up, so we went with a 50. Next, the shooting part of this build. We are 3&D, so I wanted to make sure I could shoot the basketball as best as I could. Being 6'7", you're gonna be able to shoot over a lot of these smaller guards that try to switch you into the corner, which I do enjoy a lot. So an 83 3-point shot is great. I also will show you guys the jump shot towards the end of the video, so make sure if you want to know that, stick to towards the end of the video. We're gonna go only with a 73 driving lip, or with a 73 mid-range. You could go higher if you want to, but I found with rhythm shooting, you do get shifty shooter on bronze. You'll be able to make enough of these. You're not going to shoot a ton of them. That's not what the build's for, but you will be able to knock them down. 75 free throw, just in case, you know, we're going on a fast break, we're dunking the ball in the rec center or something like that. We're going to be able to shoot free throws too. Next, we're going to have the playmaking. We're going to have a 71 pass accuracy. That's going to be good enough, especially for a lockdown defender build. You still get break starter on bronze, dimer on silver, so it'll make some pretty good passes. And this is where the build gets fun for me. 75 ball control. Now you're probably thinking, why on earth would you put ball control on a lockdown defender? I think this is fun. For me, I like having builds that are a little bit more versatile. If you want to be an expert, I mean, you could maybe take this down a little bit if you want to throw it somewhere else, but I like ball control on my lockdown builds. I'm going to be able to put the ball on the floor. If I catch it on top of the key, I can do a couple quick dribble moves, get to my spot, shoot the three-pointer. I think it's a little bit more fun. If you guys play a lot of rec center, this definitely will come in handy. And then we're going to go with a 61 speed with ball, just so you get that Zion Williamson dribble style. I think it has to go up when I put speed up or something else later, or I would have just kept it to 60, but we're going to get that. And like I said, the Zion dribble style is perfect with that 75 ball control. Now here comes the defense. Of course, like I've said a million times when I've been making new builds, I use my cap breakers, and I used it on defense. I went with a 91 perimeter, but here's where I put my first set of 5 cap breakers, and I'll show you guys my build after we get done with this. I went with a 96 perimeter, and yeah, like right here I went with a 91, but I put up my 5 onto my perimeter defense. I know a lot of people, especially lockdown defenders, Dyson Daniels, I know I have it on the thumbnail, he gets a lot of steals, but for some reason to me, I just feel like it's not worth having that, you know, 96 steal off the bat. Maybe after I hit veteran 2 or something like that, I might go ahead and give myself that 96 steal just so we have 96 both of them. But as of right now, I like perimeter defense a little bit better than steal, so that's why I went with the higher perimeter with my cap breakers. 78 block. Dyson Daniels himself gets a lot of blocks, and also being that lockdown defender, I want to make sure I was able to get a lot more block animations. We went with the reverse splits here with a 76 offensive rebound, and then I think we gave ourselves a 67 defensive rebound right here. Now this might be something I end up putting more cap breakers on along the way, but as of right now, I went with an 84 speed, and our agility is an 86. Now I feel like I keep up with defenders, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, pretty well, but there's some of those 5'9s with an 84 speed. I don't even know if I had maxed out speed if I'd be able to keep up with them. They're fast, but if you know how to play defense, I think this is serviceable. You'll learn along the way. You have to really communicate with your big man, because when you're going up against those 5'9s that know what they're doing, I mean, it's very tough to stay in front of them. That's why I think a lot of people like those 6'4s. But overall, I haven't had too much of an issue with when you get your badges, especially like a movable enforcer and stuff like that. You will do very well. And that brings me to the next point. We're gonna go with an 85 strength. That's gonna give us a movable enforcer on gold. This is a tier 2 badge on this build, so I max +1 it pretty much every single time. With Hall of Fame and movable, I might have to do another video on this build with a maxed out lockdown. It is crazy. It is amazing how good that actually is. And then our vertical is gonna go to a 75, and that's gonna max out our build. Now, like I said, I did go with a 6'7". I wanted to try to get our boy Dyson Daniels, and I did before. I don't know, I must have just switched with the update. It used to be one of the shades, but we have Eddie Jones, Herb Jones, and Derek White, and we get called a 3&D 2 guard. Now, here's my build currently. Of course, I'm a 99 overall. Like I said, I did put on my +5 cap breakers to our perimeter defense. Didn't change our build name or anything like that. But this is the rest of the build. Like I said, I have been playing on this. I didn't just show you guys. I have a ton of fun on this build. Here are the badges as I have them right now. The gameplay, I think I just have like pretty much all default badges. You'll see as they pop up in the top right. But if you guys do want to see more gameplay on this build, it's pretty much maxed out now. You guys let me know down below in the comment section. Like I said, this badge right here, movable enforcer, definitely max +1 this every single time. I tried out high flying denier. I tried out paint patroller. I did that on gold. I did this on silver. But for sure, it makes sense because it's a Hall of Fame badge. But Hall of Fame and movable, you get so bumpy. So I 1000% recommend that. Here are my dribble moves and the rest of the animations that I rock. I do enjoy this a lot. I feel like I get open a pretty good amount. And like I said, you'll see in the gameplays as well. But with these dribble moves and a 75 ball control, you'll be surprised what you can kind of really do. I tried this jump shot out for a little while. I didn't really like it. I don't know why I even went down. It was okay. This is the one that you guys will see in the park gameplay. I ended up switching it later to this jump shot right here, the one that I kind of like a little bit more. It kind of seems a little bit more consistent. I went with Scottie Pippen, Evan Fournier, and Ray Allen. This is the jump shot right here, 97.3. I know it's the release height's a little bit better. The timing stability is a little bit off. I think timing stability might be like how consistent the jump shot is. If it is, that kind of makes sense. So you guys let me know if you guys have any jump shots with an 83 3-point rating or below. Let me know if you guys have any, because you know what, I'm open to trying anything, but I've used this one and I kind of like it. Now, I had to backtrack a little bit. I thought this was just my first park game on the build, but it was my very first game on the build in general. You can see right here, going against two purple plates, we're playing in Sunset, and these guys somehow, I don't want to say somehow, but they did beat a 40-something game win streak. And like I said, you saw the zeros across the board. This is my very first game on the build. So I reach right there. Luckily, he misses. Mo gets the rebound. He's on an inside big, and we missed the first shot, which is never a great sign. But this is weird. I'm on my 6'7" the lockdown with a 75 ball control, and Mo's on an inside big. So it's gonna be a gritty one. But you guys saw that very first shot we took was that mid-range jumper. I wanted to show you guys in this gameplay that that's more than serviceable. You will be able to make a lot of those shots, especially if you rhythm shoot. I would definitely recommend it. But right here, you'll start to notice only having that pig dodger on silver with a kind of a lower speed is kind of difficult to get around some of those screens at times. But like I said, you'll be able to shoot, put the ball on the floor a little bit, and be able to green a lot of those shots. But if you do want to see, like I've mentioned before, if you want to see this build with a maxed out, like pick dodger or movable enforcer, I'm watching some of these gameplays and I'm like, man, this build plays so much better now. Let me know down below in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to bring that out because I do have a ton of fun on this build. Look at this little spin move, rhythm shot, the hop jumper, nothing but net switch with that bronze shifty shooter. It works. I'm telling you, look, catch and shoot in the midi. Only that set shot specialist on silver. I have it max +1 now, so I make even more of those, even though I only missed that very first initial shot in this game. Don't know how that pass went through, but it was good enough. Again, I don't want to keep reiterating it, but that pass accuracy at a 71 from my experience has been like the perfect sweet spots on lockdowns and centers and stuff like that. Little decks in the corner, we greened that as well. So we're kind of feeling ourselves now. We're a little bit in our bag. The only thing I don't have 100% down quite yet is like this little post fade, which I do like to do, but you can see little dribble combo right there. I thought Mo had the inside position, so I hit him. He pump fakes about 1,000,000 times, gets his own rebound, kicks it back to me in the corner. You already know we're knocking that down, so we're shooting lethal on this build. Up 13-5. Mo goes in, double teams him, catch and shoot in the corner. Perfect. Come on. Can't leave us open. We're knocking that down. So we win 15-5 against some guys that beat a 40-game win streak. Now, this is some pretty early red gameplay, and you guys can see I'm still on a black plate. So this is like my first handful of games playing on the build. You can see right here, my stats are looking a little bit decent, but I have a ton of fun. Like I mentioned, playing this build in the rec center, you don't have to do too much. That's what's kind of the fun part. But if you do want to do a little bit of something, you can definitely do that. So you see, we're taking it easy to start it off. Some driving layups, some driving dunk. For some reason on that, I feel like if I didn't have a driving layup, I could potentially miss that. But you see, spotting up in the corner, just doing our thing, being patient, letting the offense come to us. Honestly, how most lockdown builds should probably be. But you can see we get 2-way tenacity. I tried to do a couple dribble moves. Great crossover. Probably should have done like a shifty shooter fade right there. But you know what? Like I said, we're still getting kind of adjusted to the build. But last year, the most favorite thing that I had playing on a build like this was just dexing off ball and try to get open like that. And you can see right there, I feel like I do it perfectly to where like I time it to where I know the guard's gonna throw it. Somehow in my head, it just works out like that. But you can see right here, just finding open space, catch and shoot is amazing on this build. So like if you just want to spot up and do that, I would say an 83 3-point shot, definitely serviceable. The one thing I want to test out, limitless range on bronze is okay, but the one thing I hadn't tested out yet, I might do this like if I can get like a squad to actually test it out, is that limitless range on silver with an 83. But you can see attacking the basket, finishing tough layups. Layup mix master on bronze, 80 driving layup is going to be more than enough. But this is why I upgraded offensive rebound. And we had that 45 standing dunk. Look at that little standing dunk action right there, which is perfect. Like I said, a 45 is a sweet spot. Also, throw on Duncan Robinson free throw. For some reason, I feel like I never miss with that. But you can see, like I said, this is why we've got the ball control. Look at us behind the back. Quick stop off the Zion Williamson to end the quarter. If you want to be aggressive, you can definitely do that on this build. Like a little pump fake. We're going back to the 3-point line. Little escape move. Rhythm shooting off that. I mean, it's just money, man. The build is so much fun. I thought I was going to be kind of a liability in the rec center. I just have to sit in the corner. If I wasn't getting open off that, I wasn't going to be able to do anything. But you can see we're playing great defense. We can create our own shot. We can run at the rim, you know, get into little lobs, and we're getting some standing dunks, and we're playing good defense off ball as well. So you can see we went 80-66 in our first couple red games, 26 points, 4 steals. That'll get the job done. Now I'd say in this gameplay, we're showing off a little bit more of the on ball. You can see, I think I can put in the 3 here, but the guy I'm going against is only 6'4". So I'm able to switch with the point guard, which is actually nice because that doesn't get to happen that often. But you can see right off the bat, we get the ball, making plays. That 71 pass accuracy in the half court setting is great. So you can see we're trying to switch onto the PG early, and pretty much every single time he touched the ball, he tried to pass out almost right away every single time. So you can see we're going to go to the corner, run in, 45 standing dunk. I believe that does count as a standing dunk. I could be wrong. Driving dunk might help it a little bit, but you can see we're getting bumpy, man. That on-ball minutes on Hall of Fame, I haven't tried it on Legend. You guys are going to have to let me know if it's any good, but you see I can't guard 2 people right there. So we're down early, and we're not looking that great. Our offense is looking terrible. People just cutting, running around. I'm the one having to set screens. We do a quick pop. Of course, we're going to knock it down with shooting with square that time. And then we're going to get another wide open catch and shoot, shooting with square yet again. So like I said, I tried to show you guys a little bit of both. So with the 83 3-point shot, I feel like it's the perfect sweet spot on this build. Limitless range on bronze, all that good stuff. You can see we're actually getting offensive rebounds too, getting extra possessions. I tried to drop step. Probably wasn't going to work out, but we get that extra possession and we get a 3-point shot. So like I said, we are absolutely hooping right now. Now we're right back on defense, getting bumpy with it. It's funny though, on-ball minutes plus immovable enforcer on Hall of Fame might be the most annoying thing on this game. Like, I didn't know that's what most lockdowns had. So like whenever I was point guard and going up against stuff like that, that's what I didn't know was happening. But look at that floater, absolutely beautiful. But that's how you knew it was getting super bumpy. So I cannot wait to show you guys that. Just make sure you drop a like. Look, chase down right there, because I do want to bring this build back out and show you what the full build is actually capable of. You can see we've got 2-way tenacity now, so we're just gonna find the open spot. Like I said, I love that aspect about this build. Like, that's what's most fun to me. But then the game gets really random. I think when I was talking about the jump shot, I think this is what I was talking about. The timing stability, I don't know if that has to be the consistency, because why do I make like 3 shots in a row and then I'm just like guaranteed, I feel like, to miss the next 2? Now, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but you see we're playing a little bit off ball right here. We are fast enough to do that, I will say. And for some reason in transition, we move really quickly. Even with that 84 speed, it feels like in transition, we're doing really well. Look at that nice little cut right there. We're, you know, being a little bit of the playmaker role, which we can also do on this build. Wouldn't heavily recommend being the main ball handler, but like I mentioned, if you do get the ball, you don't have to just pass it right away. That's what I kind of like about this. But you can see this guy's got deep range bomber just from kind of cherry picking the whole entire time, but we're staying with him. Even though he's not moving laterally that much, we're staying with him enough to where we're actually able to kind of, you know, make him think a little bit. And you can see we're skying up for rebounds as well. 13 points. ISO a little bit. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. 2-8 tenacity gives you the confidence. Also, no hand up. You know, we're knocking that down. Finding an open spot. Quick little behind the back. Ooh-wee. Just absolutely nuts, man. I have so much fun playing on this build. You can see that was a big shot to put us up by 3. And what's cool, man, like I said, then we're going right back on defense, being the main guy, stopping the majority of the offense. You can see a little snatchback right there. We read that. We know that's happening. We're still here. Hall of Fame challenger, getting bumpy with on-ball minutes on Hall of Fame. I mean, this build is just an absolute menace. You can see, look, skying for rebounds too. We do it all. So we end up winning that game 63-56. Player of the game, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think. And again, like I said, drop a like if you want to see more of this build. But until next time, it's been your boy Dignified. I'm out. Peace.